So I just got to do this. Do this, do that. So we should be live and got my camera on. So it's that time again, isn't it? Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Danny C. Welcome to my live YouTube stream. And before we get down to business, I just want to start off, just send my thoughts and prayers and condolences to this tragic news about the Morocco earthquakes, and which for the past 48 hours there've been over 2,000 people and killed, which is really devastating. And so my thoughts go out to them, and condolences go out to the loved ones who they lost. And so God bless. So but what this is so getting into the business, this is round 5 of what is TJ's 90-minute Gr.2 endurance championship for round 5, and we are at Bathurst. And of course, this is the penultimate round of the season. So last time out, I did a live stream for round 4. Obviously, that it's just the kind of race where it finished off with Yep winning it from, what was it, 10th place, in which wrapped him up the championship. So congratulations to Yep on that one. GG's all round. You're just too quick, mate, and not gonna lie. And so I came third, having tried to hold on a second, and then having started on pole, and then obviously it's just middle bit, it's just but yeah, this is the penultimate round, as I was saying. And so where we're at now in the point standings, with 2 rounds to go. Yep, wrapping the championship up with 2 rounds to go on 40 points. We've got Drew, who was just put on the comments on Lobby Chat that if he's not really sure he's going to last, because it feels pretty warm outside, 25 degrees Celsius in the auction, and pretty humid. I got the fan on. I don't know if anybody can hear me hear my fan going off. So but yeah, and of course the most important thing throughout is that I got this to keep me hydrated throughout this motor race, knowing it's going to be a long one. So in terms of point standings, that for second place is Drew with 14 points. Creator from France is on 12th. Myself and TJ are on 10 points. So but there's still a lot to play for. And then for what we can see here as well is that we've got some fast quality drivers in the lobby. We've got Tonkin on, for those of you who who's of course he's making his return to to make another appearance for the 90-minute endurance race, because the last time he participated in the endurance championship endurance race was at Monza, where he was just walking it just like the young Max Verstappen. So hope everyone's good out there. Brittany, welcome. So what's happening now is that the practice is underway, as you can see. The qualifying starts at 20 past 4 UK time, and of course the race itself, for the 90 minutes of Mount Panorama in the Gr.2s, is 4:30 UK time as well. So that's the schedules. So TJ put 15-minute qualifying start. So let's have a look at who we've got and then put the information up on the screen. So we've got Tonkin on, the one to watch out for. One of the quickest and hardest races I've raced with, having raced with him in such lobbies loads of times. And so but yeah, then we've got Yep, who is now the champion of the Gr.2 Endurance Championship, and So GG, well done to him once again for achieving that such accolade. So, and then we've got Kepsu work in Nismo as well. We've got Congratus in the Lexus. We've got Drew in the Honda and SX. We've got Maxu and in the pits, myself in the pits, Onk in the pits as well. So yeah, that's who we got out at this moment in time. Like, unless we get a few more people in the lobby. So. But there's no tire wear, like, so if I put up the information on the screen as to know like what we have, so we've got good start with false check, then we've got 10 minutes quality, as I was saying, but tire wear is times 3, and fuel consumption rates times 1 as well. Refueling speed is 5 litre per second, so that's about all the details you need to know. And there's no tire compound rule in this motor race, so so that you can choose whatever tire strategy you want. So you could just go soft, for example. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that well, it's going to be like a long one, and just been like we're doing a bit more like some GR3 racing, you know, just before I get here. And then I'm not sure like how long I'm going to do this, but I'm just up for a good time. Like, knowing that everything's like well sealed, you know, for the driver's side, then the best I could achieve is the run out spot, which obviously for me, like having had like such like a mechanical issue with the internet, so from my old internet broadband provider, and with this current new internet provider and with now is running good, so far so good, so I'm pleased with that. So that of course it'll be interesting to see how that pans out as we go along. Which in the meantime that so there's only like enough cars out. So whilst the practice is out, we've got Tonkin on with a 154.1 in the Lexus. So like the first race like that I've been disconnected like because of the older internet provider would just being a bit derpy when I've turned it on and off, which really was not like the way forward. Whereas for the second race I didn't like hour absent at the time, and so from round 3 onwards I've been like just consistent you know, with getting a P2 in the high speed ring and a P3 at Auto Palace. So this track is obviously it's like the Monaco Grand Prix on steroids, do you know what I mean? So, which of course there's a bit of runoff area and whatnot, and you're very close up to the walls and so on. But yep, with a 151.9. But it's only practice, so those are just figuring out like which cars to use and whatnot. And I'm just like well sticking to this which I feel like more comfortable with, having done what was it, like nearly 3,000 miles on the clock, which is a lot really. The creator put on the lobby chat, just take a beer and just enjoy himself. Well, he just wants to like win. I think that's what he wants to do. He just wants to win every single one. But it's his choice at the end of the day. So just he could just have fun out there. And from when I first met Yep, it was in the in TJ's stream from a few months ago. And it was in the Nissan Silvia GR4 race at the Nürburgring Sprint, and it was his first appearance when I first met him. And I looked as though I were on course like for a race win, and then all of a sudden we're on fresher tyres, and then at the very last moment he passed me around the outside at which I gave him a lot of respect, like you know, with racing room to ensure he completes the pass cleanly and respectful. So that, of course, was a good race. Like, and that's how things are clicked on from there on. You know, so like, because he's like the one like who is for me like a tough driver to race with and pretty quick. But then when you get a guy like other names like Tonk, for instance, he's like, what do you even call like somebody like, you know, from a 27-year-old like Mercedes like who describes like, you know, the one person who's got like half human, half cyborg kind of thing, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's it's just because like my intention is just like, you know, just like keep like just going as fast as I dare like everybody else. Do you know what I mean? So what time we got here? Another thing I've got to mention. Oh, Tonka's left. Is he joining back or is he just changing livery or something? Because I love like a bit of a challenger because it's just like what we want in it, like so. But we'll see what happens as we get a few more minutes of practice on the way. So I think it's less than 10 minutes or something. So there's still time. But the last thing you want to be doing is hitting the wall that hard. And if you do hit the wall that hard, the mechanical damage is set to heavy. So if you hit the wall that hard, then you'll break the car, and the last thing you need is to pit. So, like I've suffered a bit of front bumper or rear bumper damage just for a bit of aerodynamic performance, which is the last thing I needed from last time out. But so yeah, to see what a lot can happen like in this motor race. So, but we'll see what happens. Oh, Yepper's left the room. So that's two like fast drivers leaving the room for whatever reason. Who knows? Got my phone on whilst I was driving down the street, just look at the comments. Ollie Brittany, who was the first one to comment, Danny. I like that kind of song, it goes, oh Danny, na 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 na, oh Danny. How many Danny C fans have we got out there? That's all I want to know. Getting tail happy about out of the left-hander. So I've just like switched over to TJ stream, like, and for those who are just watching in, go check out TJ. Like, he normally does the 90-minute endurance races on the Gran Turismo 7 game on the Sunday afternoons, and then midweek he does like some of the PC games, such as the Automobilistia 2 and of course that truck game that where the funny thing like is what chuckled me is that whenever he goes for like about a pint like about or two, and then they get like people coming to like just go 1 1 1, and of course that as soon as he gets one more, then it just chuckles me like with play this every day. But whatever you do, kids, don't drink and drive. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking on the comments, like well, from TJ's perspective, as any moment now we should get qualifying underway. So apparently Yep is discovering like about some some internet issues as his internet died, but I mean it's not the end of the world because he's got the championship wrapped up, and I do feel like for him, like, because I like to have a good race with him because he's quick. You know what I'm saying? Alright, mate. Guten Tag. Good luck, TJ. Good luck to you as well. I'm just taking a moment to chill before we get qualifying underway. Look at the crowd, like it was stood close a bit to the track. Who am I seeing here? Got a lot of Danny C fans. Is that someone that I'm seeing? I don't know. Drew just doing like a power slide entry like into the corner, like a boss. So any moment now the qualifying should be underway. So, which leaves us one thing to do. Roger that. Blue flags in the race. Getting the practice starts in Walls London Go. Hello. Welcome. So I've just seen that Yep is commenting on the TJC. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in to watch a race from another angle. So, yeah, I've just seen on the comment that Yep is wishing us all good luck and then we'll see us next time. So it looks like I could be like I'll be the favourite to win. But let's not get it out of ourselves because we have got some like work to do to get through this this qualifying as well as the 90-minute endurance race. So I'm just behind TJ for a moment. So I just. Well, if he's nice enough to let me pass or not, I'm not too sure. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna, just chill for a bit, drop back a bit to allow me sense of space, or I could just spawn like back to the pits and then like I am doing there, and then I'll have the track position around as well. So thanks for those of you who are just tuning in. If you like this sort of content on what I'm into, hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. But yeah, so we've got less than 9 minutes into this quali here, so but we'll see how that goes whilst we're dealing with this 25 degrees Celsius heat wave in Yorkshire. And obviously I've got the fan on there and a nice cold water bottle to keep me hydrated through the motor race. And I also got this polyester shirt on for good measure too, to keep my body cool as well. get the tyres nicely warmed up on the straight before we set the lap. Cheers, pal. Purple in that sector. .52.5. Just over 5 minutes to go. Then you have Onkelama Gaming from Germany, who's nearly for half a second behind me. We've got Benson. Oh. Kissed a piece of concrete there. No damage was done. But it's all good. Got another 2 laps of it to go if I was to improve. Unless anybody else is improving. I was half a second up. See how that goes in this particular rat section as well. 6/10 up. Keep it together. Oh, not the ideal start to up the next one. But we've got one more. Got this. Right, just keep it together. Get that last corner right. Oh, now. That last corner again. Just a bit of bump, but front rows are all to play for. So GG's to on Tanner on provisional pole. On Kalama in third. Oh yeah. It's just that if it wasn't for that last corner that fluffed me lines a touch there, then I could have a bit easily, just got pole position there. So. But it was also much tougher, and then I didn't get the best prep lap and all before I start the final attempt. So, but yeah. So before we get the motor race underway, I'm just gonna leave the results while I go for a quick toilet break. Be 2 secs. And I'm back. Switching over to my stream, and any comments I missed? No. Gotta leave a good luck message to all. On to racing night. I'm not even seen him before but it doesn't look too bad in terms of pace. So, but I think it would be interesting to see what happens because that way that I think we're gonna like a race on our hands, but it's all going to be down to the start. But then the last thing you need is like heavy damage like on your car hitting the wall. Then obviously that's going to screw your race over in it. So starting on the soft side because, like I said, that there's no tire rule compound in this motor race, so you could just use whatever. So, but good luck, everyone. Let's get down to business for round 5 of 6 of the Gr.2 Endurance Championship by TJC. Good luck, everyone. Pretty good getaway. Kept my line together. I have to be cautious through there, so. But Onta's on one as well. Safely through the first lap in one piece, so I got myself in the lead, Onto Racing in second, Uncle Alma Gaming in third, Kersov Work in fourth, Benson in fifth, La Creative in sixth, TJ in seventh, and Drubit in eighth. In your is your current top 8 after the first lap of the race. Looks like Hunter's made a mistake or two. As he came into the pits having suffered some heavy damage, which is the last thing that you want in this motor race. And I just had to keep your concentration levels high, knowing that that one mistake is all it's going to take. Just to keep you out of the walls. Hunter's left. Oh no. Hope they're okay. Kept it within the white lines. feel my tyres just have touched there. So far, the right-hand side of the tyres are 50%. So I'm going to the 15-minute mark as well. But we'll see how that goes once we get further into this motorways. Nonson's joining the room. Oh, he's realised it's about that the race has gone underway. But one of the fast drivers from Denmark. The right-hand side of tyres are over 80% worn. So another couple of wraps, I reckon. And I've seen a couple of people have pitted, like Drew and somebody else like him who was further down the field. And that just leaves 7 of us left. And that's Drew done, as he's calling it a day. So and that should easily put me into second place of the driver's standings, and with only a few points ahead of Le Creator and Drew going into the final round, which is the Nürburgring 24-hour race next time out for the finale of TJ's 90-minute GR2 Endurance Championship. TJ's pitted for some new tyres. I'm on 69% of fuel and he's on 68. And Le Creator's pitted with also 71% of fuel in as well. So there's only Onkama who's challenging me for the race win. Unless anybody else can catch me. Nearly lost it there. Just need to take it nice and steady going into the pits. And Ong's coming in as well, which I find interesting. So we'll see what tyres he'll be on. So he's coming back out like I'm on another fresher softs as well. And TJ's gone for the undercut as well, which puts him into second. I'm sure he's pitted for the softs. Because if he has, then obviously I'll just let him buy like a good spot where it's safe to do so. And think of the long run. Can see TJ like in the picture. So too is Uncle Benson. So half an hour into this motor race, we've got myself in the lead, having pitted like for some mediums, and I've got TJ who's right behind me. But apparently he's on the softs. Uncle Armour in third, Benson in fourth, that created fifth, Kesdov sixth, and Doug in seventh. No damage done somehow. Having kissed the wall. Yellow flags. Oh, what happened to TJ there? I've just seen he was 2.4 seconds behind me, and it looks as though he made a big mistake. What has happened there? Like, could anybody who is watching, like, just tell me what has happened to TJ? Has he made a mistake? Has he hit the wall? Literally, like, I just thought I was gonna get like a challenge all the way, and then one mistake, well, what looks like to be was on TJ. It certainly cost him dearly. Was he were pushing on some fast, sticky rest of tire, but hope you're all right, man. Hope you're all right, man. Just don't worry, because there's a long way to go and a lot can happen. So just keep going. Yeah, TJ's coming into the pit, so what apparently he's suffered some car damage, which is the last thing that you want in a motor race. But I enjoyed like the competition I was getting from him. Was he delivered a really good undercut, and of course he also just kept plugging away to try and close the gap on me. And then obviously it's one of those things that when as I said that like one mistake is all it's going to take to knock you off them. So got yellow flags. Somebody's had enough. Hi, it's guest book in the green car. Blue flags, please. Thank you. halfway there now. And for those of you who are just tuning in into this motor race, then lots of that happened, and I went from the mediums to this. I went from the soft to the mediums, kept my cool together to get the lead, having started on the front row, and then obviously I also had TJ who hunted me down like what looks like to be he was on the soft tyres, and then one mistake is what did him, which is the last thing that he won, but he's still going as we all go along. So that where I'm at now is I'm on the mediums, which does seem to be like not a bad race race tyre at all, as they do tend to last a little longer than the softs. Got a bit of fuel as well that I do need to top up on my last round. And before the race started, then I thought I was going to be racing the likes of Yepaba, who was in practice at one point, and then sadly his internet died, which is a real shame because I would have liked him to have a good challenge for the race win with Yap. But anyhow, that he got the championship wrapped up last time out at Auto Palace, so at least you want to worry about the next upcoming races where we've got this one there. This one here at Mount Panorama, Bathurst, and in Germany. The Nürburgring 24-hour to round off the Gr.2 Endurance Championship by TJC Gaming. And then we had Tonkanon, who was also in practice as well, just to have a quick glance, and then obviously he left. Which again, to me, he's another quick driver who I love to challenge me to see where my true potential is at, if that makes sense. And Gong is in the pits, having like about gone on to another set of softs with 35% of fuel left. And he's gone onto the mediums to finish off the motor race. And it looks like, well, both Benson and Uncle Lama are having a right ding-dong for second place. With just over 30 minutes left to go in this motor race. Oh, little kiss on the barrier there. Lucky to not get any damage on my car. Because I do start to feel the tyres on the edge of the cliff. These mediums. They could easily get me a few extra laps, but then again, it's concentration is also another matter mentally and physically when you're on your A game. Got a back marker in it as well. And Benson looks like he's just set the fastest lap of the motor race, so he must be on the softs, which might not get him to the end. So I'm just doing exactly everything I can, like him, to see out to these tyres for the next lap or two, and then just have fun. Whilst been walking it since lap 1. But meanwhile, I've got this back marker to navigate my way through. We've got Doug, who is about to get lapped. And somebody else is coming out of the pits as well. Thank you. I've got Let Creator, who I'm about to lap as well. And he's just come out of the pits too. Thank you. So if I get one more lap, and I should be okay. Coming in this lap. Tiptoed my way through the little chicane. Go on, crew, go, go. And Benson's to have retaken the lead as well. Well, he's taken the lead. But he'll not be able to last long with some worn tyres. Appreciate a bit of a tap, but just be careful, the creator. Because otherwise I'll get rear bumper damage. And you don't want to be doing that too often. Oh, damn it. My monitor like almost went to sleep mode. That was close. But we go again for the next time round. We got this. Not worried about the fuel, I'll just go for it. Oh, third time lucky, not damaging my car, putting me out of contention of winning the race. Then we'll go around again. Just need patience, patience. Uncle might be on the medium tyres, but he might be able to. But his medium tyres might be on the edge of the cliff. Got a back marker as well, bearing in mind. And that's really like a holding up Benson big style. He's paused the game. No, he's letting us through. Thank you very much. Oh. Right. Got a bit of dirt in my tyres. This time, hopefully. But if not, always another chance. Nicely done. What a pass. What a move. I dived into the inside, shut the door on him, and Benson's tyres is done. And that puts me back into the motor race. And this was a crucial move that I had to make before Benson had to pit, knowing that he had not much tyres left. And I knew right away that I had to be patient, just keep my head composed, and that's exactly what got me here. Only Uncle Alma can stop me, but he's on the medium, so he won't be able to catch me for much longer. And I've just been like bedding my tyres, my soft tyres, you know, just nice and steady until later on, like with this motor race, I get to use it just to have fun, and the fuel is okay as well. And for those of you who just tuned in with 16 minutes left of this motor race, we had Yep and Tonk just before qualifying got on the way, who gone and gone. Yep had the internet issues, and Tonk, and who knows about Tonk. So, and that of course just left me like the one who's just been walking it most of the time since lap one. Even though I had to start on second when somebody started on the pole, even though that I had the pace to get the pole, but then that last corner fluffed my lines to just a touch there. But I was able to get a good getaway, hold off a turn one nicely, and just go out there and then just have some fun. Fastest lap goes to me with a 152.6, with 13 laps of fuel on board as well as 30%. And then we bring it home and just chill to the next 13 minutes of this motor race. We bring it home in one piece. Nothing silly, just rhythm, consistency, and momentum, which is key. And Benson's gone for the fastest lap of the race as well. He too looks like he's trying to pinch second place off Onkel Lama, aiming from Germany. So, but there's still like some more points up for Grand Surf for those who want to register a name like him into this endurance championship thing. Less than 10 minutes to go. And Benson's going even faster with a 152.0, so he's really pushing on for what looks to be, he's pushing for second. But I'm not even bothered about the fastest lap at this stage because my tyres are half worn and I've got enough fuel on board and I've got a 10-second gap between myself and Onk, so there's no point of pitting if I fancy a fastest lap. So it's just making sure I get the job done. And if you're just joining, we've got less than 7 minutes left, and all I need to do is just get the job done. Having had such a straightforward strategy, like having started on the softs, then went on the mediums, and then pitted for softs, like I put a bit of fuel in as well. So that was my strategy. And then I had a bit of pressure from TJ after the first round of stops when he was pushing like him out on some sticky red soft rubber tyres, and one mistake of it is what did him. And of course, I'd just been like just controlling the racer route. Then I pitted like having put a bit more fuel in. I had Benson like in my sights to pass for the lead on the track, and he was on much worn tyres, very worn tyres, I should say. So obviously that I had to be patient to pick my way through the driver and do a good dive down the inside, cleaning, respectful, and then moments later he pitted like for some new tyres, and of course punching fastest laps in to try and get to second place off Uncle Harbour. So which in that case that just leave me having to just to see out what is the next 5 minutes left of this motor race for what is effectively 3 laps left to go of the 90-minute endurance race at Mount Panorama in the Gr.2 Endurance Championship. The clouds are much darker. Is it going to rain? Well, it's not going to rain because of this track doesn't have the weather setting at all, which is a shame really, because I'd love to see some rain like in very much every single track of this Gran Turismo 7 game. And thank you for those who are just tuning in and supporting me. If you like this sort of content, hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and push the notification. So it's the sort of stuff that I just love to do in my own time, whilst outside of doing the real world stuff. Like working and working out like in the gym. Do you know what I mean? So thank you, and let's keep this going. Let's keep this going. And this is what is the penultimate lap of this motor race. 7 laps of fuel left, and of course the fuel is also in good shape too. Around the final corner to begin the final lap of the 90-minute endurance race at Bathurst, having had such a controlled, cool, calm, collected and clinical motor race, having started on the front row, even though that I had the pace to get the pole position. But again, the last corner is what fluffed my minds just a touch or two. So on this occasion, I just had to get a good start, which I did. Took the lead in the first corner, and from there on, having started on the softs, then gone on to the mediums, and I had TJ pushing me as he were pushing on some sticky red soft tires until he made a mistake somewhere. Not sure what happened there, but I'd love to see what happened there when I have a moment. But anyway, so from there on, I've been controlling this motor race with the medium tires, and of course, when it got to around the 25th minute, I thought, get the job done with soft tires, have fun, and having put a bit more fuel in, I thought. I had Benson who was out on all tires, and I had to be patient, just a few laps, just to make a pass onto this the final sector. Well, hello, Danny. Welcome. Yes, it's the final lap, but if you're just tuning in, and you jumped on at a very good time. And speaking of which, that Benson has got the second place of Uncle Armour, which is never say never. Breaking it at this very point here for one last time, where I made a move on Benson before, and then moments later he pitted in for some new tyres. I go around the final corner, and for the first time since June of early this year, Danny C wins at Mount Panorama and takes the checker flag. Get in there, let's go, boys and girls! Beautiful work, beautiful work. For those who are just tuning in as well, thank you for your support, as always. I kept on going, I kept pushing, and I never gave up. Just when I thought I was going to be challenged by a couple of familiar faces that I know of, Yep, and of course, the Tonkanon, who were in the practice sessions, and then obviously that of course is what got me what is my first race win in TJ's 90-minute endurance race since June at this very track in this very car. And what a way to get on the to get on the winner's circle for what first time for what feels like a lifetime.
Congratulations to Danny for the win. Well done, buddy. So Ben takes P2, and we're going to get give P3 for the podium, boys. Wasn't to be for our afternoon today, and I'm glad that everyone had a good race. It was really good at the front. Behind then, Ennis Stipstream was trying to find a way through. And eventually we got through, and then we pushed on towards the back of Danny, and it was such a good race, just catching really fast, Those are the trucks that went in. Well done, Danny, for the win. GG's. Well done, well done, buddy. There you go. I'll lap yourself, Doug. Go for it, buddy. And that is that point, P4.
And that, of course, was my first win recorded since June of this year in this very track. Save the replay there. So I got myself who is the winner of the round 5 of the endurance championship in the Gr.2 category. I've got Benson in second, Uncle Armour third. Congratulations, well done. Thanks for the race. GG's everyone. Man, I needed it. I needed the result. So happy days. Just like kept on like going and then kept pushing and it was just a matter of time. Like on a day like when there wasn't like some familiar faces that I know if we was just challenging me for the race win, and then on a day like this, I just had to do the talking on the track, and that's exactly what I've done. So thank you for TJ for hosting this lobby like for round 5 or 6 of the endurance championship. So I'm gonna exit the lobby as well. Wait for the circle of doom. Yeah, just looking back through the comments that were like great time to drop on. Well done, brother. Thanks, Dan. Much appreciated. So let's open the ticket and for what that looks like, I could do with some oil actually, because it's gone to like normal. So I best like get that changed before I forget. So oil change. Lovely job, Lee. Get into garage to open the ticket. Now I change the oil. So it was 3-star roulette ticket, because I would like doing some racing earlier on, and so that's what got me the ticket much earlier. Oh yes, more like it. Whatever comes around goes around. 500k from a 3-star roulette ticket. I'll take that. Thank you very much. So before I round off the stream of the 90-minute endurance race, there's just like one thing that I just want to show you guys, from what I've been on with since I last done the stream. So for anybody that follows me, just in general, and so when I was doing the Aston Martin Super League series and so, but there's just some photos that I just want to show you all of what I'm going to achieve. Bear with me a moment. So where were we? We're on this page, aren't we? So this, of course, was the moment I got my first podium in the Aston Martin GT4 Super League from CC Sim at Sardignity in reverse, and it was a crazy race because in many ways, because two championship contenders were just going for it, and they had themselves to mess up, but only with their own mistakes, and of course those who finished on the podium, which made it their first podium of the season, including myself. And then you see this fluorescent yellow and black car that is Patman, who have passed on the second to last corner, and yeah, that's so then we had LEC Ben Lakeman, who was also coming across the line 5th at the time as well, and that of course I had to do the the interview kind of thing, just from after you finish a motor race, you're live on television and then you get interviews doing that. It was a good experience, from CC Sim, to be part of something about what I love to do, or what I would have loved to be from when I was a kid, which was of course to drive as fast as you can on the racetrack, and so but yeah, so what I got here. So that way that was what I've been on with, and of course another thing I've also forgot to show as well is just I've been doing some photography outside of racing. Look at all these photos here. Looking good. Race photos. Yeah, so pretty pleased with you know, the that of course, like you get like a few all sorts, like, you know, just what I put on and so on. But yeah, so but if you look into the popular users race photos, you see some big names like about there where they just change like every day and so on. But it flutters like every now and then, so on. And there's myself like at 20th position, but then it just like if it flutters like, you know, like one day to another and so on. But yeah, like to see myself in the top 100 like on the race photos popular user section, I'm just, well, mind blown, pleased with that. But thank you all so much for the for liking, like, reposting like my photos and so on, such and such. So I'm gonna like get on to the escapes and movies and draw the close to my YouTube stream. So yeah, that was TJ's 90-minute endurance championship, and in the GR2s, done and dusted. And in the day like where the championship was wrapped up by Jeppe last time out at Autopilot, and then following his absence, like about just before we got qualifying underway, because of his internet, like has given up the ghost on that occasion, which I do feel sorry for him, because I would have loved to see him, like, you know, just have such a good race down there. And of course, Tonkin, like, well, came in and gone, and so that all I had to do was just like get a good lap in, even though I feel more tense than it is all I needed, like, to get the pole position. But then the final corner is just like what done me there, like just to flush me lines a touch or so. But yeah, that so from the race, like, started on the softs, gone on to the mediums and onto the softs, and that of course is what got me like my first like win, like, since June at some point. Can't remember which June it was specifically, but what I do remember as well is that it was the race where it was the exact type of a track, exact car. But yeah, like, so that was my first win, like, since there. So having like got some podiums to my name and so on, and yeah, so I think like with Drew, like, well, leaving the race, as he mentioned there before the race, that that just like see how he feels, and then obviously the creator in the other end was also like well, like the one that I had to you know just keep walking up and just walking it along, like, you know what I mean? So that so on that note, I'm gonna bounce, and thank you all, like, for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and on that note, I'll see you in the next one when I next return to, like, do some YouTube streaming or whatever. And take care and peace.